Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am your host, Donnie C. I want to thank you all for coming, hanging out with us, spending some time with us. I know I appreciate it. Not only do I appreciate it, but also my good friend Dave. Dave appreciates it. How you doing, Dave?
I'm well. How are you today?
Doing good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that, and I hope all of you are doing well as well. Mm-hmm. Speaking of people who aren't doing well, we'll go right into it.
Yep.
We'll go right into it.
Right into it. Well, I'm going to spring one on you. Because we didn't talk about this pre-gaming. Do you have any thoughts on our ex-president, third time indicted? Any info?
I don't know why I don't know why I would have him.
No, you don't have any info, but do you have any thoughts on, once again, he's indicted for the third time. Could be a fourth time coming up. This one's on trying to overturn the election of 2020.
Yeah, I listen.
Add it to the list of everything else that they're going after him for.
This has been such a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
For so long. Some of it's witch hunts, some of it's not, some of it... What? Like, I just don't understand why are we still, like, fighting for all this other... Like, I just don't... The government, and we've talked about this, the government is so screwed up and so corrupt, and if you looked into any one of them enough, you're going to find something on them all.
Yeah.
So, why?
Yeah, I know.
What's the obsession? I don't understand the obsession. People have nothing better to do with our tax money or anything else but to spend it on this shit.
Yeah, they said
Why?
that people that hate Trump were suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. I'm suffering from Trump exhaustion because I'm fucking tired of hearing about both of these idiots that are in office right now, Trump and Biden, all their bullshit. I'm just so done with it.
The whole system's a joke at this point. It's a shame, and we've talked about it, and everybody is just looking up for ways to spend money so that they can say that we got to raise taxes or this, that, the other, so the government makes more money, and then they can get their salaries, and then they can get retired, and then we can pay all their... No!
Yeah. Yep.
Clean slate.
Yeah.
Get rid of them all. Start anew.
Exactly. All right. I just want your quick thoughts on that
theory.
one. Yeah, because yeah.
That's what they have to do. Clean slate.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
Good segue.
For those of you who don't know, it's a damn good time. It's about damn time.
Yes.
That's a Lizzo song.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you know Lizzo as a flute player because she can play the flute. And she's damn good at it, too. I don't know if you know that, Dave.
I did not know that.
She had a scholarship in college to play the flute.
Play the flute. Wow.
Play the flute. She's also known as a woman who stands up for being an oversized woman and being proud of it and not being ashamed of it, which you shouldn't be ashamed. So, God bless you. Right. I don't think it's healthy for you, but whatever. Good for you. Mm-hmm. But now she's also known for something else, Dave.
Yeah.
What is she known for, Dave?
Getting sued.
What is she getting sued for?
Sexual harassment from...
Sexual harassment.
Yeah, and there was some apparently body shaming, too, as well, from her former dancers.
Which, I gotta be honest, coming from Lizzo...
Yeah.
Again, she's all about love your body, love your body. I don't care what anybody says, love your body. No, but yours is wrong.
Yeah. Now,
Lizzo,
obviously, this is all alleged. You know
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. But I heard she was serving up banana splits.
Yeah. This is a brief... at the club, Lizzo allegedly began inviting cast members to take turns touching a new performer, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas.
I've never seen dildos shot out like that. I've seen ping pong balls.
Ping pong balls, yes. And eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. Lizzo then turned her attention to Miss Davis, I guess that's one of the people, and began pressuring Miss Davis to touch the breasts of one nude woman.
Right.
So that's what's being alleged. Lizzo came back with, the last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing.
I'm sure. She hasn't been able to eat her banana splits.
She's like, my work ethic and morals and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are unbelievable and they sound too outrageous not to be addressed. So,
and now they are outrageous.
Yes.
They are very outrageous. But that doesn't mean they didn't happen.
Right.
Now,
This
I'm
is
not
true.
saying they did. I'm not saying they didn't. And Dave, I've seen a lot of crazy things in my days.
Right. You have never told me a story from back in the day about people shooting shit out of their vaginas. So,
Well, I mean, ping pong balls, I've seen it that go, pshoo, pshoo.
Right.
I've never sat there and... No, I've never played it like that. But yes, people have... And I've seen some foods go in and out. But all participating parties were in agreement. And there was no harassment. Harassment meant nothing to me. It was her big boobs that mattered.
right.
I don't know, coming from Lizzo's group, and Lizzo being so much about the no body shaming, I have a hard time believing that Lizzo was body shaming somebody. Now, also knowing Lizzo and how proud of her body she is, I could totally see her doing things with dancers and stuff like that and just having fun
Right.
if everybody's in agreement. But if somebody's not in agreement, you can't force them, obviously,
Right.
to do it. But it's all allegedly. I don't know. I'm 50-50. I could see some of it, and I don't see the other half of
Right.
it. So
Right.
I'm stuck in the middle, and until more information comes out, I can't say one way or the other.
Well, see, there's this side, there's that side, and
Right.
so that's kind of where we're at with that one. So,
Have
I
you
don't
seen
know.
Have you seen the ping pong balls in person being shot out?
Not in person, no.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm assuming you have, being that
I
you
have.
voiced that
I
question.
have.
to
Not
me.
only have I seen it, we told her
Right.
to aim it at people. Because, again, Dave, I don't know if you know this about me. If you have a good thing, you try and make it a great thing.
Yeah.
And as much fun as it is for have her shoot it out, if she hits somebody with it and she's got good aim, that's even better. And it's a talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she's willing to show off her talents, who am I to say no, don't do this? If a juggler comes in and he's juggling 3 balls,
right.
and you say, can you do 4? And he does 4, are you not going to be entertained and watch?
Keep pushing the limit. What else you got?
Right. Can you juggle knives?
Yeah.
Chainsaws? How far can this go? Flaming bowling pins? Like, I don't know. What else you got? That's my thing. Bring it to this level and just try and get a little bit more without going over and hurting yourself or dying or whatever else.
Yeah.
So, ping pong to you. All right, that's good.
Well, I'm glad you got to participate in that.
I totally would have had her aim at you if you were there, Dave.
I would have tried to deflect it somewhere. I would have had fun with it. I don't know. Oh, that's stupid. Anyway.
It's entertaining.
True. Yes.
Entertaining.
Okay. Angel sent us spit it out. Angel sent us questions. He sent us like 25 questions. So
I actually saw Angel today, which is going to be... I know we record these prior, so it's not coming out same day, but I saw him today. He was so excited. He goes, it was a great show. I go, you think it was a great show because you were involved in it.
So, but I'm spreading out his questions, because we're going to do them all in one episode.
Got some more.
Yeah, we'll do some follow-up to the material that we're running it from Lizzo there.
Okay.
So, all right. We will go with your dream threesome. Explain why you would choose said people. Now, you've talked about this in the past as far as the rules of engagement.
Right.
Now,
Yep, I have talked about the rules. I haven't talked about the people.
The people.
My wife, because she watches the show. No, love you, honey. Okay, the first one would have to be J-Lo, because I just want to hang out with J-Lo. She's my girl.
Mm-hmm.
I like J-Lo. She's our age. She looks like she's not our age. She's from the block. I used to get around the block and go around the block and hang out on the block. I'd like to hang out with J-Lo. So J-Lo, but I don't think she's a filthy hooah. Now, she's been married many a times, so I'm not saying that she's the cleanest or easy. But since you have that side of it, I'd have to go with somebody who comes across as a lot dirtier. So it would be J-Lo. A couple years ago, it would have been Rihanna, because I think that would have been a good time. but I think she's motherhood now and not into as much stuff. Oh, you know who I might pick? J-Lo and Jennifer, who was Hunger Games? Jennifer Lawrence? Is that her name?
I know who you're talking about.
Is that her name, Jennifer Lawrence?
That might be it.
She had some pictures that were leaked, and she seemed pretty dirty.
Right.
So I think I would go with two Jennifers. I'd go with J-Lo. Maybe Lindsay Lohan. Change it up completely.
Lindsay Lohan?
She was filthy for a while, too. That one's going to drive my wife crazy. She don't like that one. But those would be that would be my narrowed down. Narrowed down. Halle Berry would be also on the top. I mean, depending on availability, I have a list.
Right.
You know, they're very busy people, but I mean, I have a list of people that I would put on there. Some people would say Beyonce. I don't think Beyonce would be a lot of fun in bed. I think
so J-Lo is your one, but your other one is like you can rotate people.
Yeah, that's a rotating
wheel. You don't have a set two.
No, so we'd have to work the schedule out around my schedule and J-Lo's schedule, and then work the rest in just for that, I think. As of right now, off the top of my dome, so.
Right. Okay. All right, there you go.
But yeah, J-Lo's always in it. You know it, Jay.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, that
of course you knew that one was coming. That's a gimme.
Yeah, because we can't go like every other episode with J-Lo being now talked about.
It's like when what Jerry Springer, not Springer, Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
In every episode there was a Superman. I don't know if you knew that, but there was always a Superman model or sticker or something. There was always a Superman. That's my Superman, J-Lo.
Alrighty.
Sorry, Dave. I like me some J-Lo.
No, that's fine.
And her Instagrams lately have been her in like underwear and stuff promoting her drinks. So I will drink to J-Lo in her underwear.
I don't see the correlation there, but hey, whatever. I guess sex sells. So
sex sells, and that works for me. I mean, I don't even know what the name of the drink is, but I know she's promoting it.
All right. So then, moving right along, he wants to know what's the strangest or funniest sex-related advice you have ever received. Not given, received.
Received. Holy. The strangest? Does it count for Ron Jeremy?
Strangest or funniest?
Ron Jeremy was the strangest and most messed up in all the world.
Right.
When he told me it was just a job.
Right, but that's not giving you sex advice.
Fucking jerk off.
That's just telling you it was a job.
Screw you, Ron.
He wasn't telling
Jeremy,
you
I'm not on a first name basis with you. You're Mr. Jeremy.
Right. But he wasn't telling you how to do it, though.
No, he wasn't telling me how to do it. I've had people tell me, they go, oh, you want to last longer? Put ice on things and do that. Like, yeah. Like, if you pee first, you last longer. And I don't know if any of this is true. But somebody told me if you pee first, then you last longer and stuff like that. Like, that's a little odd.
The only thing I heard about that was like taking a shot of something, like a hard liquor. If you took one shot of that, that was supposed to help you too with that. But
really? See, I don't know. I've never.
You never had that problem.
Well, I'm not saying that. There's been times, Dave, where I've had that problem, and I'm sorry. Dave, you know why men come before women?
Oh, here we go. Why is that?
Who cares? No, I'm only kidding. No, I'm not saying I've never. We've all had that problem at some point in our lives, if not more than some points.
Right.
And kudos. I forget who said it, but somebody. I think it was Matt Rife said it. I think it was him. And if it's not him, I apologize. But his best thing was, it happens, but kudos to the woman, because if you ordered a meal at a restaurant and it came out quick, would you be upset? No. Kudos to the chef for getting the meal done so fast.
There you go. That's a good way of looking at it.
That's it. So congratulations to all those women who are unsatisfied because they made their men come too quick. You're beautiful, or you're doing something special that he's not ready or familiar with. It's a blessing. I don't know if there was much other advice that I would think that was just stupid or funny off the top of my head. I can't think of anything else. Just in the 90s, I heard.
But knowing you, I can't see anybody giving you advice on that.
Thanks, Dave.
Topic. That's just me.
Right.
You know?
In the 90s, when we were in high school, somebody talked about going to Chinatown, which is at the actual name of the place. So, if you wanted to get mad at me, jerk off. To get a thing called the brush. And what it was it came in a little bottle. It was like a nail polish thing.
Okay.
And you brushed it on your privates. And it numbed it. But it didn't keep you soft. So you stayed hard and you were numb. So you could go forever because there was no sensation.
Right.
But, I mean, we were talking high school, so everybody, I think, had the same problem with, oh, my God!
Yeah.
So I think that was like, that was just the funniest advice. I'm like, yeah, put it on so you don't feel anything. What kind of fun is that?
Exactly.
So, I don't know. But that was one of the things.
I wouldn't want to try that one. That just
No,
sounds...
I don't want to be completely, feel nothing.
Yeah, that
doesn't make any sense. Why would you want
counterproductive there, wouldn't it?
I guess if you really need it, though, God bless you.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Next one. If your sex life had a theme song, what would it be and why?
Who let the dogs out? Who? No, all around the world, same song.
Oh, no.
You can touch this. No, that wasn't a song. Jesus. Pound song, that's what you Pound song. Nice.
Did Angel just ask this question to hear you sing? Is that why we're doing it?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't even know. I never even thought about having a theme song for my sex life.
Come on, when you're in the act, you don't have any kind of, like Rocky song or something like that.
No, I used to Color Me Bad. That's funny. Meet Rocky. Yo. I hit him with the 1-2. No, I used to dance to Color Me Bad. I used to strip to that song a lot.
Right.
But outside that, not really. I don't have certain things. I mean, obviously all the songs that are in like the Magic Mics and stuff like that, like where the guys are stripping and dancing to it and stuff like that. Like and Dave, you know this. You give me any song, I'll dance to it. It doesn't even matter. It could be old school. I'll do some mashed potato. I'll try and do the waltz. I'll try and do hip hop. I'll do whatever it is. I'll do some of it. And some of you's like, mashed potato? Yeah, it's not just a food. It was a dance back in the day.
Right.
I'll do the jitterbug. No,
Jitterbug.
You put
Jitterbug.
No, but like for me, there is no one song. Anything that has a good beat and it's got some to it works. I mean, that always works. Some of the newer ones I think would be Usher used to be good back in the day with some of his songs. You could dance a lot to those songs, and I think I could equate the dancing and the sexing to that. JT, Justin Timberlake, had a couple good ones also. So, I mean, that genre of music was always good for songs for me. But any song at all, you put it on, I'll move to it. So, depending on what anybody wants, you know what to play. The choice is yours, and it's coming correct.
No Barry White, or whatever it is.
No, Barry White. That was like when we first started recording. You would come in with the deep voice. You were Dave White.
Yeah. Oh, dog.
Yeah.
Good thing I ditched that, man.
That was funny at first. Dave White. Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. But no, I didn't have a set song that I would go to for that.
Right.
But I mean, Genuine's Pony and stuff like all of those songs.
That's a good song.
Yeah, you could do a lot of damage to that, and if that song comes on, I still dance to it. Like I can't help myself. And my wife knows, like, my shirt's getting unbuttoned or something's on, like, it doesn't matter. And Dave, you know it too.
She's like doing the dishes, the song comes on, she turns around and you're like...
Yep, exactly. It's on.
Yeah.
So there is no one song. There are certain songs that when it comes on, she knows. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But like I said, I used to do a lot of the stripping to the Color Me Bad, and when that used to come on in the clubs and stuff like that, she would know. And there was a woman one time we were in the clubs together, and it was a local spot, and her friend was totally wasted. Some woman that she knew, it was a hairdresser or something, and she was hammered. And that song came on, and Carrie Ann says, "Oh, my husband's gonna dance to this song. You want him to dance with you?" And she goes, "Sure." So I started doing some of the striptease dancing with her.
Right.
The lady didn't remember any. She saw Carrie Ann like 3 weeks later. So the lady goes, "I don't remember anything except for your husband dancing." So that's the only thing I remember from that night. She goes, "By the time I got there, and then the only thing was your husband started dancing with me."
Yeah.
To that song.
I believe it.
That's what I do. I used to go up to the bachelorette parties and ask them if they had a stripper for their bachelorette.
Are you serious?
And they would be like, "No." I'm like, "Do you want one?" And that was like one of my lines for the bachelorette parties in the clubs. And they would be like, "Why, you a stripper?" And the music would obviously be playing or whatever, and I'd give them a move. I go, "Oh, what do you think?"
Right.
And they'd be like, "Oh, come with me." I'm like, "Okay." And that's how I got a lot of the girls in that group, was with that line.
You got skill, dude. Skill.
I love dancing. I can't help myself. That's what I do. That's what I do.
All right. We'll do a follow up to that then, since we're moving on here.
Okay.
How about a funny or awkward moment during the nasty?
I mean, there's the that never happens. No.
Right. Right. You don't have to go into
right.
major detail, but
that's never a good time. So that's awkward. There was one.
Have you ever got like a cramp or something? You know?
Oh yeah, the cramps. Oh, who hasn't gotten a cramp? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when you start going. Yeah. Every guy knows the move, and every woman's seen the move. Yeah, that's terrible. And the worst part about that move, and ladies, I don't know if you know this, so if there's women watching, take note of this. Your man knows it's coming.
Yeah.
You can feel it coming, and you try and switch positions, you try and do stuff to make it go away.
Yeah.
And I've never found that once I know it's coming, it never goes away.
Nope.
Until it happens, and then you're all through trying to work out this hand, and normally the girl just sits there and starts laughing because it's funny as hell. How could it not be? So I mean that has happened, but I think that's happened with anybody who's had sex enough times. I think that has happened at least once in their lives. I would think. Outside of that, anything else awkward? There was one time where, and I'm all for a bush. There was one that was just, you could have braided it. Like, it could have been a braid of hair. It was crazy. I don't know if it was awkward, but I definitely wasn't ready for it. Right. I think I told the story where I was on the beach and she moved the bathing suit a little bit, and I thought I saw a shadow, and I'm like, wow, I didn't think this, whatever. And then I got back to my house later on, and it was not a shadow.
No.
And I was like, holy crap. Wow. So, but I mean, I don't mind it. I just was caught by surprise by it. It was just definitely a little bit odd. But, I don't know. The preacher's daughter.
Especially in a time of, like, non-existent hair in that
Well,
region,
it was...
Or was it around the time where it was
late 90s, maybe? It might have been late 90s.
Right.
So it wasn't too bad. But... yeah, I don't know if she was a preacher's daughter, so I don't know if there was a ruling that she wasn't allowed to do stuff or whatever. Like I don't know, but
that could.
But I would imagine if she wasn't allowed to do that, she wouldn't have been allowed to do anything else that happened either. I got one.
I
got one.
Just like that. He remembers.
Just like that. Well, because it was the same person.
Same person. Okay.
We were hooking up, and she was moaning, which is fine. But she was moaning in ways where my friends heard it, and later on asked me if I was having sex with Scooby-Doo.
Oh, no.
Because the moans she was making sounded like it was... like it was weird. Like, her downstairs was Shaggy, and she sounded like Scooby-Doo.
And you gave her the Scooby snack.
Very good, Dave. Very good. Yes.
I tried.
Yes. Good
Every
job.
now and then, I come up with one.
Yeah, she got a Scooby snack. Yep. Very sweet girl. Very nice. Just that was a little weird. So that was a little bit awkward. So I guess that would be the one.
Okay. All right.
Diving into my sex life. Christ.
Hey,
Up close and personal with Donnie C.
I told you he had a lot of these themed questions here.
Yeah,
He has other ones, but we might as well just get these out of the way.
Hey, listen, open book. I've always said it. I'm an open book. You ask me, I'm going to tell you. You just got to be careful what you ask because you're going to hear it.
Okay, one more from Angel. And he says, have you ever sent a dirty text to the wrong person?
Oh, to the wrong person? No, I don't think so. Trying to remember, but I don't believe so. No, and if the wrong no, because no, definitely not. Definitely not.
No,
because I was thinking that if I sent it to the wrong person, maybe because back in the day I wasn't such a good guy, and Dave, you know this. Many of the girls I dated knew this. Like I wasn't dating them. I was seeing them.
Right.
And I was seeing others at the same time or stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was a dog just cheating on everybody. But
right.
There were times where I would have a group of people I'd be sending stuff to at different times. And maybe somebody's, like, I went to send it to one person. Somebody else's name came up. I go, oh, what the hell? Send it to that person too. And then I send it to somebody else.
It was like, how do you say this? It was a normal word, like a normal thing that you could send to everybody. It applied to everybody.
Right. It was yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't send it to my I didn't send it to my I didn't send it to you or nothing.
No, I know what I mean. To the girls that you were dating,
right.
It applied to all of them, so they could all go, oh, okay,
exactly. So it wasn't that it ever went to the wrong one. It just went to one of the other ones. That was the biggest ever and it wasn't that I sent it and I was like, oh no, I sent it to the wrong girl. It was like, oh, I was texting, I was in the wrong thing, and I'm like, I'll send it to her too. And then I sent it afterwards, so it wasn't like I sent it and go, oh no, I sent it to my mother or my sister or Dave or no, it wasn't like that. So no.
Did you? Now this is a question for me. I'm going off. Because
off script, Dave. Go ahead.
It relates to this, but
aren't all these questions off script for me? It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I have a follow up to this.
Okay.
Back in the day, did you have, before the cell phones and stuff like that, did you have what is like a Rolodex or like a, what do they call it, like a little black book that had all the names and stuff in it?
A little black book. I actually had a big black book because the little ones came like I had an actual like that, and it had different. And I didn't have just like hookups, but I had a group of people. Right, I had everybody, and then the phones came along, and it kind of got rid of that. But we always joked that if I died at an early age, who would get my phone book? Like, who would get my little black book? Because there was a lot of numbers in that black book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had one, but it wasn't the little tiny one. Mm-hmm. But my thing always was, always have gum on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something to write with.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly a condom.
Yep.
Because you never know you're going to run into somebody, need to get a number or something like that, and there's always something you can write on, whether it be yourself or a napkin or, no matter where you are, have paper in the car or something like that. There was always something. And Dave, you've witnessed this 100 times. No matter where I was, that was the goal.
Yeah. Well, the Cadillac had a secret dispenser that I remember.
The Cadillac had a secret condom dispenser, yes. Yes. In the middle console up above, you would push it in, and it would shoot out into your hand. Literally, the condom, the way it went in, it was to hold tickets or cash if you're going to a toll. And a lot of people out here don't know what tolls are or whatever, but some roads you have to drive on, you have to pay tolls. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you would roll up cash and just stick it in there. So I came up with the idea, I wonder if a condom would fit in there, and then it didn't fit flat. So I had to fold it, but if you folded it the right way, it would fold like this so that when you pushed on it, it would shoot out into your hand.
Yep. And then,
and I forget, I think it was Izzy. Used to get into my car and goes, is it loaded? And I go, yeah, it's loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded.
And here we go, yeah, condom dispenser in my car. Yeah. Yes, I did.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, I have sent, to go back to the question, I have sent the wrong person a text message, but it was never anything like, uncomfortable.
Significantly wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, anyway. That's that. All right, one last question. We have time.
Okay.
From Jesus.
Hey, Zeus!
Oh.
Okay.
I got to pull this one. You got to give me a second. My bad. I forgot.
Dave's not ready.
No, I am ready.
He didn't email it. He actually texted it to me, and I swear to you, I didn't read it. And Dave, Dave's the goody two shoes of the group, so he's like the Boy Scout. Dave, what did I say to you as soon as I sent it to you?
He said, I got this, but I haven't read it. I forwarded it to you and deleted it, so I don't see the question. Said it right on the text.
Yep, 100% accurate. So, I saw there was a whole bunch of writing, and he goes, I have a question. I'm like, oh, send it to Dave. Send it to Dave.
Right.
I sent it to Dave, and then I deleted it instantly. I'm like, I hope there was nothing else important on that one.
And that's why I'm unprepared, because it's on my phone instead of the computer. He wants to know if, well, he said, first of all, you had a good Pee-wee impression, so.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
What books... What books have you both read and left an impact on you?
Books have I read and left an impact?
What books that you have read that have left an impact on you?
I would say I remember it. I remember reading it. And here's why. I got to page 7, and it's like this thick.
Oh, yeah, that's a monster.
So I got to page 7, and I go, this book's too fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped.
Yeah.
It started on page 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I read 2 pages of it, and I go, this is going to take... I am not a quick reader by any stretch of the imagination. I can be when I'm skimming, and I go quick and stuff like that, but if I'm reading a book, I'm reading a book, and when I say I'm reading a book, I'm never reading a book. I almost finished The Outsiders. That was a pretty good one. I made it to like the last chapter, and then I found out that there was a movie. Mm-hmm. And then I read Needful Things by Stephen King. I read that, and then I watched the movie, and for the first time in my life, I can actually say the book was better than the movie. Mm. Which, I understand it, and I believe it, and I agree with it, and I think that every book, because it's your imagination visualizing all these things, and not a director's idea of it, I think that every book is going to be better than the movie for anybody who watches it. But, with my schedule and my time, I don't have time to read like that, at all.
Yeah.
So I don't read a lot at all.
Yeah, me neither. The only time when I worked before I did my current job, I was in the warehouse, so I had more downtime there. Mm-hmm. This was around when the Lord of the Rings trilogy was coming out, and I wanted to know how the last one ended. So I read before the movie came out. I actually read that book, and that's another thick one. But I had time to get through it, and I loved the book. But I found myself when the movie came out, I found myself being that person like, well, that didn't happen in the book.
Right.
That did, but I had to check myself because the movie was awesome. The third one was great, loved it.
Okay.
But I had to check, like I could see why people, because the book you have the time to go into detail of every character, more stories and stuff like that. So, you can see the difference between book and live screen.
Nobody who ever reads a book, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, but I don't know anybody who's ever somebody who likes reading books. I've never heard him say, this book is too long. This book has too much detail.
Right.
But movies can be too long. Movies can have too much detail. Movies can because you're expecting different things from each media.
Yeah, well, if a movie actually went word by word by every book, the movies would be fucking like 12 hours long each one.
Right.
So you
exactly.
You got to truncate it,
So, but I think that's why they shorten it, they cut it, and everything else. That's why the books are always better, and it's your imagination. But as far as impacting my life, nothing really ever that I read has impacted me. The Bible. No, I mean nothing really. I haven't read anything cover to cover outside of Needful Things, and then one other Stephen King book, but it was a bunch of short stories, so it was completely different than a whole novel or whatever. So, but that's about it. So I can't say anything's impacted me that much.
If impact means like it helped me get through many a boring day at work, then that's what helped me. That's how it impacted my life. It helped me get through all my days of work.
Yeah, I don't even know when I read mine. Like, I can't even remember what I was doing, but I don't imagine it was a drought for me or something. Because I didn't do much reading. Unless it was Braille.
That's why when I saw the question, I said, I don't know if Don has ever read a book in his life.
Yep. Jesus, not many books in this noggin here. No, can't say there are.
Hey, but we got to read the questions. We get them. I'm reading them.
We get them. Read them. I'll answer them. I'll answer them honestly. Well, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate everybody watching with us. If you like the show, hit the like button. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Have them subscribe. Tell somebody you hate. Have them subscribe. I don't care. Ring the bell for notifications. And see you next week. What do you think, Dave? Next week?
Yeah, I think we'll see him next week, yes.
Next week works. All right, we're good on Dave's schedule. Hopefully we're good on your schedule.
Yes.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your week.
Peace, everybody.